Josh Dolley recently returned from the National Club Futsal Championships held in Sydney. Now, Josh represented Concordia College in Toowoomba as part of the Queensland West team, and Josh showcased his remarkable skills and left a huge mark on the tournament. It was a pretty full-on 4 days for Josh and the team. Josh ended up playing both court positions and goalkeeper, and his team became the sole Queensland side to advance to the finals. Ultimately, they came third after competing against a field of 21 highly competitive teams in that age category from around the country. So third is fantastic, and it means that he now gets to go to Spain for the next level of the competition. Let's find out a little bit more. Josh Dolley joins me in the studio. Josh, good morning. Welcome. Great to have you in the studio.
Hey, good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, very, very well. Congratulations. You had a fantastic tournament, but before we talk about that, let's get the really hard questions out of the way first, shall we? What exactly is futsal for the uninitiated?
Well, futsal is an indoor game of technically soccer, which you have 5 people on a court, and you've got a goalie. There's a bunch of lines where the keeper can pick it up, or if the ball goes out, then it's a kick-in, not with your hands, with your feet.
Right, okay, yep. So it follows the rules of soccer but amends them for the smaller space that you're playing in, essentially. Is that right? Or?
Yes, that is right.
Gotcha. And faster game?
Yes, very fast.
How fast is it? I mean, have you played regular soccer before?
Yes, I have.
Right, so how does it compare to your regular game of soccer on your regular size soccer field?
Well, in outdoor soccer, the ball may be on the other end. The pitch is very big for outdoor, so you may not get the ball as much and you won't be have to moving as much. When as futsal is a smaller court and you'll mostly have to be positioning and moving the whole time. You've got to be defending, you've got to be striking the ball, you've got to get pass plays, you've got to take the kick-ins from the side. You
Right,
just got
okay.
to position yourself and really get ready into it.
So you've got to concentrate.
Yes.
You'd have to be fit. Would you have to be fitter to play it?
Very much.
Yeah, it makes me tired just hearing you describe that, to be honest. And what drew you in about the sport? What made it attractive to you?
I like that it's such a fast game because outdoors not as fast, and I really like that in futsal you get to do a lot of things more than just, doing your one thing. Like if you're defending outside, then you're basically defending, you're not going up. But in futsal you can go up and down. You get to do a lot of that.
Because you did that during the National Championships, I believe, so you're a pretty valuable team member because you're good at being in goalie but also good at being out on the field as well. Is that right?
Yeah, goalie still has to do a lot because they may have to make clearances if they get past the defender and you're like one-on-one with keeper, then they need to come out and try and stop it.
But can you switch during a game, though?
No, you cannot
No.
switch during the game. You can switch at half-time. You can't switch during the game.
Okay, gotcha. But the goalie works harder in futsal than he or she does in the normal game of soccer, would you say?
Yeah, probably, yes.
But you're talented at both positions, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, what do you prefer? Do you prefer to be out on the court or in the goal?
Probably out on the court because you get the ball a lot more
Yep.
than if you're in keeper.
Let's talk about the ball, because I didn't mention it before, but that's another difference, is that the ball is smaller. But what else is different about the ball?
The ball's also heavier, so it is harder to kick it, and
Harder to head it too, I would imagine.
yeah, it is pretty hard to header it because it's a harder ball, so it'll be harder on your head.
So why is the ball harder in futsal? That's what I'm just sort of thinking about. I suppose they don't want you being able to kick it as far because the court's smaller, I guess.
Yeah, so I think the ball's heavier because they don't want you flogging the ball around because you have to keep possession on it and you've got to move it around.
This is a fascinating game. And in terms of the National Championships, though, which is fantastic to get to that stage, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And you and the rest of the Queensland West team did pretty well. So what was your overall ranking at the end of the championships?
We came third out of 21 teams.
Wow.
They were very very, very hard in the semi-finals. All the teams were very hard. I guarantee they're probably thinking less of us because
They might have thought, who's from Toowoomba, really?
yeah,
Or-
they probably thought down on us.
yeah. So
We showed them.
You showed them. Brilliant. Were you expecting to do that well?
No, I was not. I thought we would have got knocked out probably earlier, but we had some very tight games, which we just won.
Fantastic. So how many games do you play at a championship like that in the one weekend?
I think we played about 8 games.
About 8 games. Gosh,
Yeah.
you would have slept for a week at the end of that, I reckon. Absolutely. And so now, as a result of that, you have the opportunity to represent Australia, can you believe it, represent your country in an up-and-coming competition in Spain, which happens later this month, early next month. So is it a foregone conclusion? Are you definitely going, or does it depend on what you can save up in the meantime? Or
Yeah, at this point now, we are definitely going to go because I feel like it'll be very helpful for me in my soccer for when I get older, even my futsal inside, because I hope I grow a lot from going there and coming back.
Absolutely. This has been education for me because I didn't know exactly what futsal was about. I only had a vague idea. But is its popularity growing in Australia, do you think? Are more people getting into it?
Yeah, I definitely think so. In our region, I'm pretty sure it's growing a lot of numbers and it's getting around the world more.
Fantastic. What are your chances in Spain, do you think?
I-
You can afford to be as cocky as you like, you know.
I feel like we'll go pretty well, but we don't know. We're going to be versing some very hard teams.
You'll rise to the challenge, I reckon.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Hey, I wish you the best luck. I look forward to hearing how you go, and I think you've sold the sport of futsal to the rest of the world beautifully. Great to have a chat to you.
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to thank you and the ABC network for this interview. I'd also like to thank the Concordia community. I'd also like to thank Southwest Queensland Highlanders and Chris McLeod especially. I'd like to thank my friends and family, my sponsors, my past and present coaches, and I really appreciate everything they've done for me.
Fantastic. Well done. And, best of luck in Spain.
Thank you.